Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
Holy shizbang. What a day. What a day. It's going. Look at that graphic there that Timmy made. That's all kind of cool. Rays Stadium update. Legacy on the line. Tampa Bay's future at stake. Deals, delays. What's next? New stadium or bust. He's got a picture of the Astrodome. That's pretty damn cool. And the Big O is with me as well. Orestes Destrade for a Big O show.
Listen, this is
JP
all
Peterson show.
Big Rays show. Is what this
Big
is.
Rays show.
And Big Tampa Bay show, because this is about Tampa Bay. This is about a major legacy. You're smack in the middle of all this, have been for probably
more than I even knew.
More than you even knew. We're going to talk about that because, bro, it's just incredible how this has played out. And the JP Peterson show and the FanStream channel, FanStream Sports channel, has been on top of it. For about a year. You'd have to.
I did flash today.
Yeah, and you should. Well, you should. But I've got my garb on. I've got
you
my
do.
hat.
I don't think I've ever seen you in a Rays uni.
The only time that I wear it in the past, this is actually my official jersey with my name and 39 on the back from the days that I used to do a lot of clinics for them. And certain appearances. So
still fits,
proudly.
You fella. Look at you, baby.
It's not bad. I'm actually pleased that it fits because I'm up about 25 pounds. So.
This one's got like wing sauce on it.
Yeah.
It's missing a button because I got fat.
That's real. That's real.
Pop that button off right there.
That's game used.
Game worn. I just spike somebody down at City Hall.
Your council chamber.
I was going to take that off, but I think it kind of, it's kind of a real thing.
To the day.
It does. I was there. I got proof.
Give me the rundown of just 8 in the morning.
All right, so here, let's just set this show up. It's going to be all Rays all the time unless something crazy breaks.
Right.
Today was the big vote with the city commission meeting, and Ken Babby put out all the alarms. By the way, big thanks. I think somebody bought like 75 pizzas for the people in the overflow room. Yeah, but I got me some Eddie and Sam's on the way out. Thank you.
Lovely.
Best pizza in Tampa.
On the heels of yesterday's vote. So
on the heels of yesterday's vote, 5-2 Hillsborough County Commission, the vast majority of the money. What's really funny about this city vote is, and this is where the sticking point is, $100 million coming straight from the tourists. There's $80 million of CIT money that we're really arguing about. $80 million over 30 years.
Right.
And a non-binding MOU. Like, saying no to this is like
doesn't seem to make any sense.
Saying no to like your fourth Diet Coke from the, on the day. No, I'm good. I'm full. It's just, it's meaning. That's like, well, it's not meaningless. If you say no, you could stop this in its tracks and the Rays could just decide this ain't worth it. Let's go take $2 billion from anybody else that wants to get it while we're scratching for less than $1 billion here. And I know that sounds bad. That
no,
probably
but I mean, the analogy
bad.
of the Diet Coke is interesting because you could go ahead and bring me one and you just sit it there. Whether you drink it or not, it doesn't matter. But if
we're just talking about continuing the conversation,
so then you can drink from that Diet Coke once you see some of the other numbers. So let's move forward because it's available.
Yeah. So so they're just voting on a non-binding MOU today, but a no vote could be catastrophe. Exactly. Not saying it would be.
No, but
it could be. The Rays could just say, we're done with this. There's so many people knocking on the door that'll just roll out the red carpet and get it done. And my speech today was just basically say, this is not just another Thursday morning vote. This is going to define your political career for the rest of your political career. Mr. Carlson, if you're going to run for mayor, imagine running for mayor
on this
and saying, oh yeah, I let the Rays go to Orlando.
Right. Yeah.
I was a no vote for a non-binding MOU.
Yeah.
You're committing political assassinate. Well, no, it'd be political suicide.
Yeah.
Over something like this, because you still have a chance to vote no on the 7 other agreements that have to be actually legally binding.
Exactly.
But this kind of gives the Rays an opportunity and a sign to say, is this ever going to happen?
Yeah.
And for for a pittance, really, in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things, of moving forward, and also this is about keeping the Rays here, right? This is the best option to keep the Rays here, so you don't want to lose that. But it's also about growth for this community, growth for this Tampa Bay area. Again, I say Tampa Bay area. Everybody benefits, not just the one pocket, not just the owners. The taxpayers will benefit, the community will benefit, more jobs, the incredible eyes on Tampa Bay will be massive.
Thank you.
I'll give you an example of what happened to me this morning that is kind of a microcosm of what I believe that probably 80% of the real constituents of the Tampa Bay area, and specifically the city of Tampa. I'm getting my coffee early this morning, and I ran into a Rays supporter. He recognizes me, and he's a fan. He's like, man, I hope this thing goes through today. I know it's a lot of money, but the back end of what we would get, this isn't just an individual getting his coffee. He goes, the back end of this makes so much sense and is so, profitable for us. He's not even talking about the Rays and the quote unquote billionaire owners. He's saying this is, great. In fact, I want to remember his son. His son's name is where is it? Hold on a second. Jay. Oh my gosh, I just had it earlier. Jay Luda. So he goes, last year I went to 20 Steinbrenner Field games of the Rays last year with my son Jay Luda, who was a 15-year-old local kid, student athlete, baseball player. And this year we've made it to 3. We hope to go to many more.
Yeah.
But this is huge for us here. And the way I look at it, I'm going like, this kid Jay Luda is our future. He's a current teen fan.
And he's going to go to Hillsborough College,
right,
the new campus.
He could go to the new campus. He's a future higher education kid, whether he goes there, but he has that option to go there. He's a future consumer, again, student, benefactor of this team that he loves. 15 years old. He's a good a fan as you're going to get when you're 15. You've been loving the Rays since you came out of the womb. If you're a Tampa Bay product. So that's what this is really about. That's why I always call it a legacy. This is way beyond, baseball and the game. Of course, it's around the game, but it's such a building of so much.
There was I'm going to give you guys highlights of everybody I talked to in there today. So I was really glad I went down there. 9:00 this morning, got there about 8:40, put my name on the sign-up sheet. There's tons of Rays fans there. There's overflow. It's probably about 20-1. In terms of supporters to non-supporters.
Awesome.
The Rays fans really, really showed up big time for this. And I think in the speech, as somebody was keeping track, and it was 16 pro, 2 against, 1 I'm not sure. And that was the one guy who kind of got up there very measured and is like, I thank you guys for being stewards of the taxpayers' money and really paying attention to what's going out and scrutinizing it. And that's all good.
Of course.
Absolutely needed, and 100%. We're not just sitting here saying, write a blank check to these guys. Not at all. That's never been my approach to this at all. I was very much against the St. Pete deal because it was a boondoggle to the taxpayers. Right. This is so much better than that deal for the taxpayers. It's not even funny. They're not even close. Plus, that would have failed miserably, and this is obviously on the right side and will be a tremendous success. So it's that part of it where I appreciate, and he said this, I appreciate what you guys are doing. And then he kind of flipped. He goes, but I also see the opportunity here. And I see the cost, but I also see the gigantic opportunity and understand that the Tampa Bay area is growing, whether you like it or not. You either going to keep up with it by having an anchor tenant like the Rays that are going to bring in 9 to 10 million people, not just for baseball, folks. It's not what we're saying. We're looking at the Battery. The Battery not brought in 9 million people, 75% of it from outside Cobb County. Those are new dollars coming into your economy. That's why the police and fire guys I was there with today, I was talking to them, and they're like, at first we were kind of, this is going to take our money away from these new stations that we need. And the more we talked to Ken Babby and the more we talked to him, we said, wait a minute. This is going to finally be able to provide it. We've been trying to get money for so long,
right,
and the money is tight because we're growing too fast and we're not getting the taxes back. So we need vehicles to collect money. And this is a great vehicle to collect that money as the tourists come in,
right,
and they bring their money, and the tax as the real estate is built and the property taxes pay you back 3 or 4 times at least just for the money you invest. And they said, after a while, we realized this is a no-brainer. In fact, it's such a no-brainer, we can't say no to it because we're never going to get our funding the way we're going now.
Right.
And if we lose this opportunity, there'll never be another opportunity like this to bring this much money in.
Not to mention, you just mentioned that 70%, using the great example of the battery, 70% from outside of Cobb County. Did you know that 28% were from outside of the state of Georgia?
There you go. And they're not even a tourist town.
Not like, okay, from Savannah, outside of the state of Georgia. So people realize this is someone, I want a vacation and go there and catch a game.
Yeah.
And then enjoy the battery.
And by the way, 45 million visitors come to Tampa Bay every year. And I would say, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I would say 60 to 70% come for the beaches.
Right.
Right.
Correct.
At some point, they're staying on the beach.
No.
Right?
Dramatically,
right?
That's like Disney.
Right.
People are going for Disney. And
so if you're Hillsborough County
University,
and you want to capture some of those people, by the way, where are they flying into?
TPA.
Oh, yeah. They're flying to Tampa. And where's the state right next to it? They're flying. In fact, there was a great presentation by Mike Stevens, the airport CEO. I'll get to that later. But they're going to fly in and they're going to see that stadium. They're going to go, if they don't already know, we're going over there. Yeah. So some of that money of that 45 million people are coming in. Now Hillsborough can capture that money. That mostly goes over to Pinellas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a no-brainer on so many levels.
And if you have light rail?
And we talked about that today. That was a multiple. Michael Marino from West Shore Alliance said within the last 2 weeks since he last spoke, that developers have come in and even the airport today, Michael Stevens, the CEO, said, yep, this project in and of itself would create federal dollars because now you have federal dollars that can come in and pay for the light rail, which the Howard Franklin Bridge is already constructed for, engineered for, and the 275 over to Pinellas, extend the people mover to downtown Tampa. Here we go.
Waterside
benefits, downtown benefits, West Shore benefits, the airport benefits, everybody benefits. And
Pinellas benefits because it would be going back and forth.
We would finally have some mass transit from Pinellas. So the folks in Pinellas can come to the games without having to get on the roads, without having to park their car.
No,
bada bing, bada boom.
And even if you stay over here, but you have light rail to go over there, and then you're going to the beaches.
Right.
So
connect it all.
It's a massive.
And this is the precursor to get that done.
Correct.
You don't build this. You say no to a non-binding MOU, and none of this happens. Like, you should be kicked off the council.
Yeah.
And you will be, by the way. You will be kicked off the council if you say no to a non-binding MOU, which is absolutely insane. There was a bartender that spoke. She works over at Raymond James Stadium and works at Benchmark as well. I know a lot of these folks that work with them at Benchmark.
Sure.
And she was talking about, this is her livelihood. This is her livelihood. And so many, and she had her shirt signed by all of her coworkers. And Ken Babby said that shirt's going to go in the Rays Hall of Fame, by the way, when we get the new building. And because it just represents the working class people that love this. They're the ones that are going to get the 12,000 jobs, which my friend Ron Weaver said, and rightfully so, 55% of all jobs are going away to AI. Ones that will stay, hopefully, are the service jobs.
Are the real.
And those are good, well-paying jobs, especially when you have tourists coming in for events like this. Yeah. It's just, there's so many benefits way beyond baseball. But it was baseball really that I talked about because, and the legacy of these folks that, and as I told them, when their grandchildren are sitting on their knees 20 years from now and they vote no on a non-binding MOU, they're going to be like, Grandpa, were you really the one that voted no on a non-binding MOU that sent our Rays to Orlando?
No,
you're a knucklehead. Get out of here.
Flip the script and be that, Grandpa, thank you for doing that.
Thank you. I saw your name on the new stadium. Did you vote yes for that? Did you? Yes, I did, honey.
The 7.
Thank you, Grandpa.
14 people that that pertain to
like Charlie Miranda and Lynn Hertek are over there like counting their pennies. It is amazing, and I respect those folks. They're elected officials, and I respect the fact that they're doing their job too. Yeah,
they've done other. But I
think they're just they've kind of created this culture.
Yes,
that is very much the penny pinching, just lack of vision,
Don't give it away.
Don't give it away to the billionaires.
Yeah,
as I've reminded them, they're still going to be billionaires even if you say no. So what's the point?
Yeah.
In fact, they're going to get richer because they're going to go down the road to Nashville and get $2 billion instead of the
Right.
billion they're getting here. So you're actually going to make the billionaires richer by saying no. So figure that out. You want to protect police and fire and safety, right? And the CIT money. Well, those guys, the whole union was there today to say, no, we need this. So you guys can actually pay us money. I mean, it's any one of these objections just floats away. I mean, people saying, we got flooded out and I feel bad. I feel terrible for them. They got flooded out. I got news for you. Nobody's building a 20-foot wall around South Tampa to stop the flooding on the next hurricane.
Right.
We're not funding that. For those of you who are saying, I can't afford groceries and gas, I get it. But guess what? If they say no to this, they're not cutting you a check.
Right.
That money's not coming to you.
Yeah, no, it's not coming back.
Now, you can go get a job at the new stadium and make $80,000 to $100,000 a year as a server or whatever. You can go do that.
Right.
That will help you. But no, they're not. They're not going to cut you a check, and they're not going to put up a 20-foot wall to keep your house from being flooded in the next hurricane event. Sorry.
And potholes will be fixed through this years to come and all the other things because highways, there's so much other monies that will come from this that will be earmarked outside of that area. And it's just massive.
Well, we kind of buried the lead here. People are asking about the vote. The vote will not come until after lunch. They're going to resume public speaking here and I don't know what they're going to limit it to. My guess is by 3:00 we'll have a vote. So hopefully before this show for everybody.
So this wasn't the only thing on the docket. Obviously.
No, I sat through a lot of Pooh Shiesty today. Whatever Pooh Shiesty is, I sat through it today.
It sounds like now it should be a word. I sat through some Pooh Shiesty.
If you say no for a non-binding MOU, that's Pooh Shiesty. That's Pooh Shiesty right there. I should have said that.
The new Gen Z word.
Yeah, if you say no to this, you're Pooh Shiesty.
You're Gucci.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not Gucci.
You're not Gucci. You're Pooh Shiesty. I sat through that. And then some other one.
Bless Pooh Shiesty. I guess he's a entertainer of some sort.
But somebody saying to the outgoing mayor, don't let the good Lord hit you. Don't let the door. You know it. I was like, wow, I didn't think I would hear that at the council meeting today, where the good Lord split you. I'm like, cool. And here's the other part of it, and this is a great little tidbit that I got from being there. There's like all these politicos that kind of hang around City Hall.
Yes.
And they, their staff and they know, and it's like, this is like Washington, I guess, on a very small scale. But people are talking and somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey, here's the deal. And I knew it was, and I know they know exactly what they're talking about. Okay, the two votes are Carlson and Guido Maniscalco. Those are the swing votes. So whatever you got, go, that's where you got to go.
You need to go that way.
And Maniscalco's all about police and fire and protecting that, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. I'm for that. And so when I talked about the police and fire saying if you're for us, you got to be for this. I looked right at him.
Boom.
Yeah. And then I said, if you're going to run for office in any other capacity, and you can't call him out by name.
Yeah.
And I said, and that was Carlson, who's running for mayor, and also Hertak, who's running for mayor. I look at Carlson. He's not even looking at him. He's down looking at his phone.
Right.
Couldn't care less. That's not cool. But anyway, especially when such a compelling speaker is up. I mean, I'm no Pooh Shiesty.
Should have dropped the Sebastian on him. You gotta approve this deal. Maniscalco.
Dickory, Maniscalco. What are you doing?
Sebastian.
What are you doing? So I hope that I'm going to be able to play some of it here. In fact, I would love to hear it. I got a snippet here. One of our minions right now is actually trying to get the whole speech. The Petermans
were out in full force.
They were
sure.
Big time. They were. Thank you guys for
God
showing. Alejandro got up there. Jimmy J. Voyager got up there, did great. They all did great. Kirk Thorson was second in line, and he absolutely crushed it.
Really?
Rick Palermo, by the way.
Yeah.
He's in the bullpen.
Is he?
He's texting me. I'm chopping at the bit, bro. I'm ready to go. He's gonna bring some fire. He's gonna bring some fire. I'll try to play his audio when he comes up.
So there's still, when they come back from lunch, they're having some more public
Yeah, and I got the feed on my phone, so I'll just have to, we'll have to
this is an ongoing,
do a little workaround. And hopefully we're here when the vote gets taken.
Deal.
Yeah, hopefully we're here when the vote gets taken.
They're I'm not gonna say they're dragging this out, but they're making it a big deal. So I like the fact that once again they're giving the public an opportunity to state their case, because you know what? 98% of the public is pro it.
It seems like an 80-20 to me, 75-25. It's just, the pearl clutchers, these are the same people that show up at city council every day.
Right.
And they're
that question.
Yeah. And they're just, I don't want to denigrate them. I totally respect their opinion and where they're
American
coming from.
way. You have to
absolutely.
I
just disagree with them.
Yeah.
And one of them was sitting right next to me. Very nice lady, talking to herself most of the time. But,
seriously?
Yeah.
Probably going over what she was going to say.
No. She was reacting. She's a person that's there like every day.
I got you.
Yeah. And she's just, don't spend my tax money on anything at all.
Right.
All right. Here's a little snippet from mine. If we can play it and see if it'll work.
The no votes. Those names will come up time and time again. Whatever you're going to run for, we'll be talking about it. This affects generations to come. Your grandchildren will be sitting on your lap saying, wait a minute, you actually said no to a non-binding MOU and ended the raids and sent them to, they'll know that language. They'll never forget it. I was just at Tropicana Field the other day. It was electric. All races, all creeds, all colors, even teenagers were there. Not doing teen takeovers. Tarps off, baby. Everybody was doing it.
Tarps
what an
off,
electricity this team is bringing. Best team in baseball. Shout out Eric Neander, the GM right behind me. The Martinez, that was awesome. That get.
Said the Martinez move was awesome. Want to be on the record? It's in the city record now. It's on the city record. It's in the city record that I was for
Martinez. Nice. He did like my deal. I'm glad he did. I thought I remember him saying dogging that a while back.
So we had a little chat beforehand. It was kind of funny.
That's funny.
He's a great dude.
Oh, Eric is on point.
So that was just a snippet. I'll hopefully be able to get the whole thing here. My good buddy Elijah Flewellen is going to record that and send it to me so I can hopefully post it.
Way to go,
here.
Elijah.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
The
Petermans are producing the show. They're actually producing the show.
Basically, yeah.
We love that.
Yeah.
All right. You want to get to some of the comments coming in? Let's do. By the way, we're going to talk Rays on the field. In fact, let's take just a moment here.
Yeah.
To recap yesterday's incredible 5-3 comeback win, down 3-1 in the 8th. I mean, this team is just insanely good. Not only are they good, they got that magic.
Yeah,
the magic of 08.
Yeah, they have something unique.
Yeah,
that's really the magic of 08 is a good one.
Yeah,
because really, when you think about 2020, it was a truncated season, so you didn't have the opportunity to have a real feel. Just teams made the playoffs, and they did, obviously, and then you fought, through the playoffs. This is different. This is a team that is winning so many different ways, predominantly winning by being a team that is athletic, that still has the pop. One of the things that I've noted, watching the game last night, it's in my notes, not only are they undefeated at home against the East, which, think about that. We're a third of the way to the season. They haven't lost against the AL East at home, bro. That's just ridiculous,
Jesus.
right?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And they're talented 4 teams in the AL East, by the way. You can get into the
spending a lot of money.
All 4.
Yeah.
The other thing that stood out for me still that has been so strong, especially in the last month, has been how much they're hitting in the middle of the field. If you really notice their offense, middle of the field, Fiducia hits a home run where? Center field. Obviously, the leader of the pack on that is Jonathan Aranda, hits a double where? To the left of center fielder. Up the middle, right center, left center, they're kind of focused on that. It's really working. Hats off to Chad Mottola. Hats off to Eric Neander, because he put together a team that is athletic and is paying attention to how really you play the baseball game well. Their defense is, completely shored up after the first, week and a half of miscues. They've had a couple of games where they kind of, messed up. But overall, my goodness, they're one of the top defensive teams. The other thing, here's how the microcosm of the season. Fiducia not only hits his first home run, But you know, in the last week, they've had not one, but two players that have homered and also had a bunt single in the same game.
How about that?
When does that happen?
How about that?
Where a guy homers and has a bunt single. Fiducia did that yesterday. Cedric Mullins did it, earlier than last week, where he had a homer and he had a bunt single. In fact, I think he had a couple bunt singles. So they're mixing and matching so many things. Oh, by the way, when was the last time you saw a first and third double steal and the guy's safe at home?
Awesome.
Just dramatic. Filleted,
Great execution.
An athlete.
Great execution.
And those signings have been fantastic. Obviously Ben Williamson is a little nicked up right now. So, they bring in the kid, Oliver Dunn out of nowhere. And he,
scores a tying
run, makes a nice play at third to end the game. All things are clicking. Now, of course, you're going to be sitting there and going, is this sustainable? Is this sustainable? No, not, playing at the clip that they're playing of almost 700 baseball.
But I'll take 620.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take a nice, strong lead, go to New York coming up and win a series, add an extra game, and really push, not only American League East for taking the title of that division, but also the American League on totality. So, I think, the things that stand out for me with that, as far as the other things that are coming up, we'll talk a little further later on, but obviously the Yankee series is going to be a big series. Yep. We got our three horses going after, at them. Obviously Garrett Cole's coming off the IL. He's already had his starts in the minor league, some strong ones. He's already throwing, he clocked him at 99 the other day. So Garrett Cole's that's going to be a huge Friday night. Garrett Cole, their main dude, back on the mound. Especially with Max Fried now, nicked up for a little while. Maybe, who knows if it's a couple of weeks or a month. But the bottom line is that, we've got Cy Nick, as we call him, Nick Martinez. We've got Sugar Shane McClanahan throwing, and then the Big Red Rasmussen. So we're throwing our three horses at him, and it's going to be interesting. The big thing to keep an eye on, interestingly, is injuries, actually, and who overcomes them. Because the Rays, is Yandy going to be okay by now, to come back after getting in the hand? It looks good. Yeah. So hopefully there's no problems with him, squeezing the bat. Ben is down, obviously, on the 10-day. Fraley's down on the 10-day. Schulzer is down on the 15-day.
Yeah, that one hurt.
That one kind of hurt. Up is Carlson, up is this kid done. The Yankees got Grisham, who kind of got, lamed up, came up a little lame with his leg. So, I don't think he's got on the IL yet, but he's, iffy. Obviously, I mentioned Max Fried. Caballero, our former guy, is down with a broken finger. Stanton's been down. That's questionable. Dominguez is down with a shoulder. Up is Volpe. Up is Spencer Jones. So the others are going to be interesting in this series along with the Hammers.
So that's where we're at on the field. By the way, 33-15 now. Sweep, the sixth sweep. That's a league high. 21 of their last 25. It's just insane how good this team is.
They're on a roll, and certain teams go on rolls like that in certain parts of the season. Even Milwaukee's kind of now all of a sudden on an upswing. They overtook they swept the Cubs. So they're a dynamic team that's been there and done that already. Mm-hmm. And very comparable to the Rays, a very athletic team with really good pitching. I compare the Rays to the Brewers and the Cubs. They're that type of team. So teams do get super hot. But this is special because.
But look at those three teams you mentioned. What do they have in common?
They don't play big ball. They play smart ball.
Exactly. The contact. Strikeouts. Defense. Lack of strikeouts. Defense.
Putting the ball in
pitching.
contact.
Running. So these three
pitching.
Teams are showing the way in Major League Baseball that even if you can't spend $400 million on your payroll, you could still play winning baseball by doing something different and forcing these other teams. Is one thing I notice. You kind of notice stuff more when you're there. You see how hot the shots are, and you say that's a good play. That was maybe you should have made that play. Right. So just defensively, the Rays were so good the other night, and the Orioles were not.
Yeah,
I mean they were so shoddy, and you just that's why you're losing.
Yeah, their outfield play was
even
shoddy.
But the Rays just by putting it in play, they put so much pressure on your defense. You're going to have to field probably 10 to 12, 15 more balls.
Yes.
Then you're going to field on, and usually they're going to be hard hit.
Yeah.
And the guy who just hit it, you got to get to the ball and get it to first because he's running his ass off. And then when they get on base, you got to, I got to cover here. What about the double steal? Oh, he might bunt. It's like, there's so much going on that you normally.
And they're interchangeable because then that was, one of the things that they had back in 2008 where they had a deep bench and it was interchangeable and you could do a lot of different diverse things, So, it's a team that's well made. By the way, I'm watching the NBA, playoffs last night with San Antonio and OKC, and it's interesting because they were making a comment. Reggie from Indiana, Reggie Miller was talking about like how the game slows down in the playoffs, and all of a sudden they're not rushing an a 3-point shot, 3-point. No, they're actually setting up plays and they're trying to drive to the basket a little more and they're protecting the ball more. And he goes, when you get to the playoffs, all of a sudden, what has gotten away from the league, because he was kind of, dogging the league a little bit, that we've gotten away from that, all of a sudden becomes super important. The exact same thing happens in the playoffs in baseball for the last decade plus.
Yep.
Everybody is, home run, strikeout, throwing 100 miles an hour. They get to the playoffs and all of a sudden they want to bunt. They want to hit and run. They want to, play smart ball, small ball. The Rays are doing it right now. The Milwaukee Brewers have been doing it pretty much year in and year out for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
The Cubs are doing it now. The teams that are playing smart ball are the ones that are going to succeed and have longevity in the season, win more games than not. Oh, by the way, the Rays are in the top of the league, if not leading the league in one-run ball games. So that's the difference.
Fourth and RISP.
And then you get, hopefully, we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves, but that plays not only sustain.
Oh, look at me with the bumper music, baby.
I love it.
I didn't mean you can still talk.
No, we're good. I love that. No, I got excited.
All right, well, we'll come back to that.
I thought that was Poochie. What was it?
Pooch Iced Tea.
Pooch Iced Tea. I thought that was Pooch Iced Tea right there.
Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa, our first hour presenting sponsor. Every time I climb into my GV70, my good buddy the other day, he's loaded. He came up, saw my car. He goes, "You got a new car?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "That's the GV70. Everybody's talking about it."
Hello.
That's what he said. Everybody's talking about the GV70
because it's a quality car, great price for the product, and then the best place to get it at.
Genesis of Tampa, baby, 801 East Bears Avenue. Tell him JP sent you. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out: $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on this special edition of the JP Peterson Show and the O Show, the Big O Show with Orestes Destrade here. Here's our bumper music. No Timmy Ham today. Timmy is at the Byron Nelson.
That's special.
Covering some golf over there.
Over in Tejas.
So I am producing the show. I haven't screwed up yet.
No, you haven't. You've been on point. Everything you've done so far, everything you've done dating back to last year has been on point with reference to this.
Ashley on line 4.
You laugh, but you have not missed the beat, dog. You've been on point.
Can I just say this to my poor wife right now? On our first date, I talked nothing but about Stu Sternberg.
Seriously?
Famously.
This is your first date?
First date. Yeah.
And you went on this diatribe.
I had just gotten off a press conference. Remember when I think this is when the whole Montreal debacle went. Finally, the players union finally went, yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah. Get out of here with that. Listen, so they, that one.
Yeah.
So they did a press conference. It was like during COVID. And I was in line, and I'm like, he'll never call on me. And that's for damn short. And he goes, JP Peterson. And it's just me and Stu. Mano y mano. Zoom call.
Wow.
Yeah, it was tense. Tense. I got to go back and find that recording.
I'd like to see
So
it.
I asked him we got into it a little bit.
This is off of him.
Yeah. So I was kind
off of him with the infamous
Montreal. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying the infamous one where he's saying that it's not going to happen.
Right. And
Where
he did a
was
press
solemn
conference. Yeah,
and he was so upset and the whole thing.
And I went after him. Respectfully.
That was never going to happen.
So to finish the story, so I'm coming right off that, going over to meet her. And,
you're still wound up.
I'm wound up, and that's all I can think about. And all I
nice
can
to meet you. She's
like,
by the way,
she's like, well, how's your day going? I'm like, well, no, thanks for asking. It's just vomit.
This is what I do.
It's just vomit, right? and we're still together to this day. How about that?
I should have called.
So
her.
shout out to Ash.
I should have called
for
her
putting
right
up with
then
all
and
this
there
shit
and
for
go
so long.
Run,
Yeah,
run,
for
Ashley.
putting up for this shit. And she still is, every day it's still constant. So, I mean, more than anything, hopefully our relationship will survive this. So, God damn it, vote yes, so I can get through this thing, get the damn thing built, and have to freaking talk about it every goddamn day.
That vein that's popping in your neck can settle down a little bit.
I could sue for pain and suffering having to cover this. People think I get off on it. Trust me.
Yeah, this
it's a check. Sometimes I do. Like when I get to get up and talk.
And
that was
you're
fun.
a journalist, man. So you cover it.
My journalist chops. Oh, that was a fun little itty bitty thing there. I'll share with you. So there's a long line to get in. They're starting to shove people into the overflow.
Right.
And they're like talking to me, seeing my garb, and they're like, "So are you here to talk about the rate?" Yeah, well, we're putting people in. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm also a media member.
That's right.
So I go to the girl and say, I am here to talk, but I'm also a quasi media member.
Yeah.
I've been covering the story for 30 years, perhaps better than anyone.
Not quasi.
So I need to be in. She's like, you're right. You do.
Yeah.
And the administrative assistant there was there. Mr. Clenden's assistant. He just gave me the old, him. Come on.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like, when the line's long at the club.
Long at the
and you go to the front and everybody's like.
And the general manager comes out to the bouncer and goes, oh, yeah, that guy. Come on.
And everybody, and then
you're like, what? Who's he?
Pops up your chest.
Yeah. Who's
the big guy?
Yeah.
Steps aside and you stroll right in.
First of all, that's
what happened today.
You did such an incredible job, a week or so ago.
The security guard remembered me.
That went viral.
Yeah.
That you had even Bubba the Love Sponge like on you, like if you were some, Miss Florida. And Bubba was like,
I just want to win.
I love you. I just want to win. I love this guy. Bubba was like,
Ken Babby's speaking now. Ken Babby's speaking now. Let me see if we can. By the way, Palermo just spoke. This is a live show, folks. We're doing this freaking live. Palermo just spoke and absolutely eviscerated anybody that would vote no.
Baby.
And I recorded it, and I'm going to.
We'll play that in a minute.
I might be able to get Babby here to be speaking now. Hold on. Stand by. Yep.
Great cities take bold actions and can invest in priorities and needs at the same time as taking on bold opportunities like we're talking about today. Our ownership group has said it, but I think it should be said again. We want to use baseball as a platform to make our community better. A work, live, learn, play development. In this room, what we're talking about today is an $80 million portion of an overall investment.
It's nothing.
An $80 million conversation with City Council. An $80 million conversation to drive $55 billion of economic impact.
What are we even talking about?
It's a good return on your Diet Coke.
We're on the cusp of making the largest community benefits agreement in the city of Tampa's history. Funds to invest in projects that we so desperately need throughout our community that would not be possible without this investment. Many people over recent days have asked me, what if City Council votes no to a non-binding MOU? And I think there are many folks in the room that have the same curiosity to that question.
Great question.
I phoned Commissioner Manfred last night, and I want to read to you what he said. This is from Major League Baseball Commissioner Robert D. Manfred. We are in the late innings of a very long game with the future of baseball in Tampa Bay hanging in the balance. We have faith in Tampa Bay as a major league city, and I hope that the City Council responds with a positive vote to this non-binding MOU. I will close with this. I urge you, on behalf of our fans, on behalf of our community, on behalf of our city and our ownership group, to move the non-binding MOU forward so we can simply continue a conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
I mean, my God.
Holy cow. That is.
So Manfred just laid it down.
He dropped the gauntlet by that. Very succinct, very professional, very respectful, but very informational couple of sentences.
I want to be respectful to the commissioners that are considering voting no.
We have been.
And again, I respect their thought to protect the taxpayers. Absolutely. I'm with that. But you're not protecting the taxpayers. You're killing the taxpayers by not investing here.
By not looking to invest here.
I mean,
that's all this is.
What you're basically saying is, I don't believe any of these projections. I don't believe what happened in Atlanta, even though it's right in front of your face.
Right.
It's right in front of you. I don't believe what happened in Texas. I don't believe what happened in Houston. I don't.
Washington with the Nationals.
You're denying the obvious. You're denying the obvious. And you're of CIT money, which, by the way, the county attorney has determined is legal to spend. You can all talk about whatever you want to talk about, voter intent and all that shit. Doesn't matter. The county a lawyer determined it's a public facility. And most of that $80 million is all going to be for infrastructure for the Drew Park area, which is definitely what the CIT was for. Correct. Without question.
Yeah, I mean,
without question.
Imperatively.
So any CIT argument falls absolutely flat and is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. And this is $80 million of a $8 billion build out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying no to $80 million, which of CIT money, which is available to use. And you're going to short circuit this whole thing on a non-binding MOU.
Well, the key is non-binding.
I mean, it's absolutely.
You get to look under the hood. Okay. Let's look under the hood. And if there's a discrepancy, which I'm very sure that there won't be, there'll be some back and forth, but then it'll continue to move forward. Let's take the next step forward to look under the hood. I was wondering because you were there. Did the CFO guy from the city also speak? I'm talking about the guy that spoke last week, the financial guy that's the number.
We did have the West Shore Alliance guy, Michael Marino, who we had on here saying, he said within the 2 weeks since talking here, tons of businesses and developers have come forward saying, really thinking, oh, this is going to happen. And they're making plans to continue to build in other areas around it. I mean, it's crazy, baby. It's just crazy.
The growth will start immediately.
Yeah.
By different,
I'm trying to
corporations.
I'm trying to find this. Oh, it's crazy. This is what
federal monies that will look to come over here.
Federal money.
The growth would be exponentially fast.
There was somebody who presented today, and I don't pretend to know all the ins and outs of these politics, but there was somebody who presented today who sounded like really smart and knew what he was talking about. And what he was talking about is federally that Drew Park just became eligible for a $19 billion federal grant.
What?
It qualified if it was not. He had a list of CRAs that could qualify. What they are, it basically is underperforming CRAs in blighted minority areas. Yeah, so they want to target these specific ones.
Yeah, they're one
that have not generated anything for whatever reason. And that was number 2 on the list of federal money, $19 billion.
Holy cow.
So we're talking about 80 million here in the city, but and this just became available. So if you say no to this non-binding MOU, you end the conversation per Rob Manfred, basically.
Yeah.
You say no before you even know if you're going to get a portion of the $19 billion, which could be $1 billion, which is way more than you're spending, which you could use to pay for this. Yeah. Okay. But you're saying no, the conversation's over. Like you're not even going to wait to see what that is. So in other words, you wouldn't be paying a dime to get all of this.
Yeah, just to
by saying no today.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, right now with this situation the way it is, if you say no to this, you are completely derelict of your duty as a public servant. And the mayor said that the other day. Jane Castor said, I don't know any elected official that could say no to this because it's a non-binding MOU.
Period.
You're saying you're cutting off everybody at their knees before you even hear the whole story.
Right. That's what
Palermo
was saying. I don't know if you were able to.
Well, yeah, I was.
Yeah.
And this is what he's saying. And he's 100% right. Let me see if we can pull this up. And I'll maybe be able to see it a little bit too. Hold on. Let me see.
Because basically.
Here it is.
Yeah. Let's play that.
From the county, $1 billion. You're going to get matching funds from the state, more from the county, all to be spent in the city of Tampa, and you say no? You're incompetent. You are not qualified to be mayor. You are not qualified to hold your position anymore, and you must go. And you must go. If you cannot conceptually understand this, and you're going to pander to these people that you're supposed to represent. This is not Greek democracy. What are you going to do? Put every vote to everybody? You're a representative. You are supposed to have the expertise to understand how to navigate these interests in the best interest of the people. If this is just too much for you, quit. Quit. You're not good enough for Tampa. You're not qualified for Tampa. You shouldn't hold this job again in Tampa. This is 10,000 jobs.
Boom.
In the era of AI displacement. You don't understand that? 10,000 brick and mortar jobs. You don't understand that? Are you incapable of understanding that? Step down. You vote no on this? You need to step down. You vote no on this, you don't need to have this job no more. And I will fight with every bit of my body, every bit of my passion, make sure you don't have it. Thank you.
Wow. Boom. You know what I love about him? is the passion. I'm going to call it the passion of Palermo. The passion of Palermo is that he's passionate and he gets a little worked up and he calls them out, but he also adds the proper numbers to the things. For example, the 10,000 jobs, the AI it's looming in our lives, and what jobs are going to be the ones that are the brick and mortar, the hands jobs that AI can't do. Right. We have an opportunity to build that, create that, fortify that for several years and then some, because some of those jobs are going to stay. The people that are against this, the Charlie and Mirandas, the Lynn Hertex, they're supposed to be voting. This is their constituents. They're middle class. This is their constituents. These are the workers. They're not. These jobs are not going to be available unless people move to Orlando. Amen. Yeah. I mean, you're voting against this. Yeah. Or they move, somewhere else. They get so caught up in the billionaires. They get so caught up in, they can afford it themselves. And protecting the tax money, like someone, you have to blossom, and this area is blossoming. It's like he says, though, it's like you're supposed to understand how these investments work. Correct. You're supposed to look at a project and say, this is worth the public investment because this is what we're going to get back. And the only reason you're saying no is because you say you don't believe them. You don't believe that this is going to happen, even when it's happening all over America. All over America. And there's 10 other cities that know and want it. All over. Yeah. And on top of that, we'll pay $2 billion. And on top of that, this is a look under the hood scenario. This is, you can still pump your brakes later on. Everybody should be for this in that council in order to take a look at it. Yeah. Even like I said, you don't even know what other funding is coming your way. Dude, you just blew my mind with that CRA. You could literally say no today and end it and find out tomorrow, shit, federal dollars could have paid for the whole thing and then some. But I said no because I don't want to give money to the billionaires. There goes that. There goes this. There goes the 150, over here from the state that wants to do it. You say, I don't want a new Hillsborough College because you ain't getting one unless this deal is done. Period. And it's dilapidated. They can't even fix the elevators. Yeah. You're saying no to that? Yeah, this is you're saying no to the grandkids that you're gonna have that are gonna you sent the team to Orlando? You gotta take a look at this. How enough? Scrutinize. I don't care if they scrutinize and turn it upside down. Fine, turn it upside down, but take a look at this, say yes. Let's go to the next step. I'm as pissed as Palermo, to be honest with you. Because listen, I poured 20 years of my life into this. The passion of finally. Palermo. And for those of you idiots out there, like, he's paid by the Rays and he's shilling for the Rays. I was doing this long before Ken Babby
ever showed up here.
Zalewski.
Long before Zalewski ever even heard of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Costco.
I've been, quote, shilling for a stadium in Tampa. So don't bring me that shit.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about this because it's what's right for Tampa Bay sports.
What makes sense?
What's right for my hometown.
The community.
It's a freaking, growth. And if can you imagine sitting here as like Montreal?
Yeah.
You could even say we deserve to lose if we can't do this deal. These guys have bent over freaking backwards, cost overruns, operating costs, capital costs. We want to build something else. You don't have to pay more. Your costs are fixed. It's done. Fixed. This is what you're going to pay in. This is what you're going to get back.
Yeah, you'll be known as Montreal or Oakland.
Yeah. This thriving city and all what we're ready to do and explode. And how are we going to pay for light rail? Well, here's a great way to do it. The federal money that's going to come in to do it because we just built the stadium complex. We just built this thing. Federal. Oh, yeah, we didn't do that. So we're still without light rail.
Yeah. No, bro. It's the passion of Palermo.
And some of these folks that are going to vote no are going to think they're going to be mayor.
Listen, I know you
told
Tampa? I know you
mayor, maybe mayor of Orlando. Maybe that's what they're gunning for.
I know you told the story of how Cosgrove connected with Babby, which led to the connection with Zalewski. If you could just, you blew my mind.
That may be a show for another day.
For another time.
Because this is we're
I know, but it's just so, important as far as how we got here. But we'll do it at another
We'll do that at another time. Because
time.
I'm just all up in the emotion of this and what's going on right now.
But it's just, but it kind of leads to the fact that you've been pro this even before that ownership group. It just happens at the dominoes.
It has nothing. As much as I love these guys, it has nothing to do with them. They're just the people that listen. I've been talking about this happening in Tampa for so long because I knew it could.
Yeah,
I knew we had the men and the women who could step up there and make this happen. I knew the market was big enough that big money people were going to be very interested in building something like this here because it was a no-brainer. I followed the money.
Yeah.
I followed the money. This is the way that's why I said it's never going to be in St. Pete because it doesn't work there. You can't make as much money.
Yeah.
I mean, it really wasn't brain surgery, to be honest with you folks. This is evident. Follow the money, connect the dots type shit.
And if you're shilling for anybody, it's a love of sport.
Yes.
Your love
I'm
of
shilling
sport
for the fans.
and love of community.
Yeah.
That's
why I get so pissed off. People, your Rays are paying you.
Because you love sport and you know what, you don't.
I love my town.
You love your
I
town.
know what's great for my town.
Exactly. And you saw.
And damn if I won't be running for county commissioner, city council.
No, but in the last 30 years, you've seen two other teams in the city of Tampa blossom.
Yeah.
Right?
A freaking hockey team.
A hockey team and
sells out every
NFL
night.
Team win championships, create their own, identities, their own home field advantage and their own stadiums and their own arenas. And that's happened. You've seen it. You supported that. That's what this is. We're trying to support something that actually not only could invigorate those two because it's a trilogy, really.
Yeah.
It all helps everybody, but also trump all of that because of how the magnitude of this, the bigness and the fact that it's a baseball, brother. You can't get around the fact that there's 81 dates. There's so many games. There's so much, when you build the entertainment district, so much you could do regularly. Football can't do that. Hockey can't do that. It's just there's not enough games. There's not enough, you can't do that around the arena. It just doesn't, doesn't set that up. So this is a once in a legacy time deal.
All right, we're going to take another break. We'll come back on the other side. I'm going to get to all the comments here, you guys. And as this is ongoing, the vote is upcoming. I hope it's going to happen while we're on the show here. We'll try to hang on as long as we can. But because this is breaking news, as we are doing this, all of this is breaking and going down. This is the biggest vote in the history of Tampa Bay to date, in my opinion, because of everything that is at stake. And what Ken Babby just read moments ago from Rob Manfred is no effing joke. They're tired of waiting in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And they're just like, listen, this deal could not get any better. And I've said, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. And I've had confidence. And now if it's just a couple of these people are so small-minded that they want to short circuit millions of people and don't even want the conversation to continue. I can't even imagine how irresponsible that is to
Well,
be
if
a
it's
public
only a
servant
couple
and
of
do
them,
something
if
like
it's
that.
only a couple of them, then it's okay. Because how many votes do we need?
We need 4.
So if it's only a couple out of 7, God love them.
And the scuttlebutt is Maniscalco and Carlson are the swing votes.
Wow.
Because Hurtak and Charlie are definite no's.
Yeah.
And, may God have mercy on yours. I mean, I can't believe you guys would do that. It just makes no sense. And there's no chance, Ms. Hurtak, that you're going to be the mayor after this vote. There's no freaking chance. You see the passion in me and Palermo, nothing personal, but to do this to your community and you want to be mayor of it?
Heck, you see the passion in Rob Manfred.
No.
And he doesn't even live here, but he's letting us know.
No, that is not. What are you running on? I can't wait. My Lord.
No, it's gonna happen. Bro.
All right. Let's go to break here.
Very positive.
All right, first we do this. Is to watch the Rays because it's happy hour every time a Rays game is on. $6 Jack, $6 margarita, $6 Cheetos, and the great food and the great staff at Riveters. That's what's on tonight. We got hockey on tonight. Rays this weekend. No Rays today. We got Rays this weekend. You want to watch the Yankee games? Go to Riveters, and they'll have merch for you as well. It's a great place to watch a game. Riveters right there just south of the stadium. Back in 3 with your comments.
Folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club.
Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. We'll forego the bumper music here. We're back. Thanks to the great folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Who's your homeowner's insurance with? You know? Yeah, them. You know, have you shopped it around lately?
I have shopped it around.
All right, well, you better shop it around and call Italiano, 813-877-7799. They can save you money. They do all the work. You save all the money. Plus, they're going to make sure you're getting all the discounts that you should be getting. You may not be getting all your discounts. You may not have enough insurance. 40% of people do not have enough insurance. So if your house gets totaled, you'll be like, oh, I got enough money. And they go, no, you don't. Construction costs have gone up and your house is worth more. So guess what? You don't. And so now you can only build half a house. You want to tell that to your wife? No.
And that happened down in the beaches.
Yes, it happened a lot, actually. So call the good folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Danny Boy's keeping us up to date on everything that's happening. I think we're getting closer to a vote, so stand by. And when that happens, you guys tell me in the comments because I can't do 12 things at once. Right. I can only do 11. So keep me posted. Palermo's speech is getting a lot of run.
Holy cow, dude.
Palermo said he would get people fired.
The passion of Palermo.
Oh, man. Rick says, damn, Palermo, I want him as my lawyer instead of that bloated John Morgan. Yeah, you do. Members of the jury.
Palermo is just a traffic ticket.
My client, if you find him guilty, you are incompetent to stand as a judge.
Just didn't, I rolled on a stop sign. That's all I didn't. I didn't know you were going to be like this.
Man Bear Pig says, JP was 620 there today. No, I didn't see anybody.
They were talking about.
You gotta leave the studio and park and, have testicles to go down there. And
Hello.
Sorry. That wasn't for everybody. Just
that was
one or two of them over there. Yeah. I love everybody.
Not for everybody.
Yeah. But they didn't. They could have, but they didn't. St. P. Pat says, yes, this vote is important, but what is the final timeline for a final approval? I think after this, Pat, there's 7, I believe, individual agreements that have to be worked through staff, and that's going to take about 60 to 90 days. And so as I don't know, it was Ken or Eric Nairn I was speaking with today, he said, what this boils down to if you say yes today and you continue the conversation, what it boils down to is, do you trust your partners?
Correct.
Do you trust your partners in this, that you both are in this to win it?
Yeah. And
that you're going to figure, and this is how these stadium deals get done, by the way. I've done a lot of research on this, folks. Trust me. You get the the MOUs done, right? And then there's a lot of stuff that needs to be negotiated out, but you're already like down the road. So what happens is you're like, hey, we got this issue. Like, we need the money to pay for this now. And the other side's like, oh, well, you know what? I thought actually we can get that money.
Yeah, that part
so,
we
so
can do.
We'll, you know what? We'll do that. So we agree to this. We agree to sound good. And you just keep building on that positive momentum because you have two like-minded people trying to get it done.
Right.
In the past, it was like the public really wanted to get it done, but this guy was just looking for the best deal and trying to,
and they didn't trust him. So that it was never going to work. These two groups, you hear the mayor talk about it. You hear Hagan talk about it. Everybody's been involved with Babby in the group. It's like, we love these guys. They've been very transparent about everything. We've come to them with, we got to protect fire and say, absolutely. We'll protect. Now the firefighters on board. The police people are on board. Everybody's the chamber's on board. The West Shore, all these people, the major stakeholders, all on board. The only people that are not on board are these pockets of, pearl clutchers.
Yes.
And it just, it's crazy. Lady complaining about painted over street. Yeah.
About what?
The street's being painted over. Yeah. He says, I think Charlie Miranda is going to be mad at the Rays. Yeah. I mean, when you bring a deal like this and he has to vote against it because that's his persona, I'm not giving any money to billionaires. All right. To the comments. This is from Rhodes Show. Says, great job, JP, speaking today. Thank you as the Rays fan who could not be there. Yes, I'm trying to speak for you guys. That's what we're doing here. JP, the flamethrower, way to channel that nervous cocaine energy and bring the light to the politically blind. Also politely and on time. Somebody texted me. He goes, my favorite part was your polite ending. I was like, thank you for your time. I was like, who could say no to a non-binding MOU? Bloop. Thank you for your time.
Never mind.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. JS813 guy said, did anyone catch Wostall accusing Bonnie Wise of official misconduct during the county commissioner meeting yesterday? Yes, I did.
What was that
did. So Wostall,
our favorite dude,
basically said to Bonnie Wise, asked her a question, and she gave the answer, and he goes, under Article 457, you cannot misrepresent to another council person, blah, 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 blah. That is a violation of the law. Basically saying you lied to me, you violated the law, and I'm going to prosecute you.
What?
Basically, that's what he said.
He was just looking.
He didn't say I'm going to prosecute you, but he was just like pointing out to her
calling you out
that she broke the law, according to him.
Interesting.
And she was like, the hell I did.
Right.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, man. And there you go. The people on that side are doing stuff like that. Should be a red flag. Should be a real red flag.
But that's how you're running your game.
At this point, I wouldn't, this is his first time on the commission. Maybe some rich folks from Orlando got him put on there so he could be doing what he's doing. I don't know.
Controversy.
Rick said, also, JP, with a little self-promotion I did. I went, Fancy Sports. Luckily, they didn't ask for your grade school sports credentials. Well, I only have 3 minutes.
There was this one game that I quarterbacked and then ran and changed into my baseball uniform.
That's
and then
right.
I hit a home run.
Did I tell you about the time I got hits from both sides of the plate?
There you go.
4th grade softball.
Nice.
What else we got? 2 p.m. I think we've gone past that for the vote. I think they're going to probably allow it to go to like 3. What else we got? Danny Boy said, Bill Carlson is running for mayor next year. As I was reminded, he has no shot versus Buckhorn politically. He's supposed to kick off his campaign on Tuesday night at Plane Rustica in Tampa at 5:30.
This is his best shot, is to vote for the yes for this.
If he says no to this, cancel the party. It's better use for the Penne Rustica lasagna, trust me. That's going to be a waste. If you're supporting Bill Carlson for mayor with your money, the Big O uniform still fits because all the cash is missing from the linings of his shirt.
What?
According to Rick. Kind of nasty shit is that?
I have no idea.
It's just shot fired.
Yeah.
Danny says Lynn Hertak is also running for mayor. Yeah. Two. Alejandro was there today. Did a great job. Said, you were fantastic, brother, as always. Keep up the great work. And the Rays fans really showed on this historic day. They did. And there was 2 overflow rooms of nothing but Rays fans. Let's get the deal done and let's get to the finish line. Let's go Rays. It's just, I think the city erred tremendously in not moving this to the convention center and seeing all the people in one place.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, they should have, because they're calling people up from these other rooms at 2nd and 3rd level,
right?
These overflow rooms. So the people in the city council never see it. I think they have a video feed of it, but they never see these folks. And there's I'd say thousands. There's at least a couple hundred,
right?
That took the time to go down there and talk.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't have time for all of them, to be honest. But at least I would wanted them to see them.
To see them, right?
As a whole. So that was a
interesting thought.
Missed opportunity, in my opinion. Amy Moore says, I so wish I could have been there today. Rays baseball is family. It has been a factor the best times of my life. And that's such a simple comment, Amy, but it's so powerful.
It is.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of speakers today that talked to that about going there with their grandparents and their kids and, the memories that have been made. I had someone send me a message, said, I can't get there, but could you read this to the council? And I'm sorry, I couldn't, because that would have taken up all my time.
Only 3 minutes.
But he's like, I got engaged there. My father took me to my first baseball game there. I got my first baseball there. I played Little League baseball. The Rays are, every night they're on, it's my thing. It's just, they mean so much to so many people. And
that's why I keep calling it a legacy thing, because the problem here on the negative side is not just not building this thing, it's the potential of losing a team. So, all these great memories and all this, and baseball obviously belongs in Tampa Bay with the history of Tampa, period, in Tampa Bay, going back to the early 1900s. Don't chance losing a team over this. Rob Manfred's, text to our boy Ken Babby was succinct, for lack of a better explanation. Like, I hope you guys, are good stewards, baby. Paraphrasing.
Well, if there's people up there that think they're going to vote no and they're still going to be able to keep this team, they're morons. They're morons.
You
just don't understand how this, and I want to hear 2 years from now, well, I didn't think they would actually move. I don't.
You're taking
you're
big risk
because we told you about 15 times.
Yeah. Let's not even go there, man.
Here's some updated information from Kurt Thorson, who was the first Peterman to speak, and he was fantastic, by the way. Great job, Kurt. Said just had a slice of pizza with Clendenin. They had literally 100 pizzas there.
Yeah,
from Eddie and Sam's. Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Wish I would have taken 2. He says there's 3 yes votes there. Going to be a swing 4th. Maniscalco is likely the swing. Yeah, I put that out earlier today on Twitter, and I said email him and tweet him now. So if you haven't yet, do it. Rick says blind political people want to kill the golden goose before it hatches. Makes you question what they're doing in office or what keeps them there. Absolutely. 100%. Yes, this is why the show started later than normal, KC Eagles. And I'm glad that we're flexible enough to do it. I know, I was going to say our numbers won't be as good. Holy shit, I just looked at the numbers. These may be the highest numbers we've ever had.
There you go. This is
over 1,300 people watching the show right now. And that's just on this feed.
Yeah, that's exactly. This is one of the most important votes in Tampa Bay's history.
Yeah.
This is a city of Tampa vote, but it's for Tampa Bay. So, and it's for the Rays, it's for baseball, it's for community, it's for legacy. There's so much to this that, proverbially we can't drop the ball on this.
And it's out now, Guido. I mean, I hate to put you on the spot, but Carlson as well. These are the 2 swing votes.
Yeah.
So, it may not be fair that your name will be associated with them leaving, but it is. That's the way it's going to be. I hate to tell you, but that's it. So
and there's so much around.
Be warned.
I hate the hammer down again on the state monies and the federal monies, but they're just right there, ready to be like grabbed and taken and offered up and create deals, because once they know, you go kind of almost, from the city, county level to the state level to the federal level, the opportunities are there once you get into this business deal.
Christopher Moore says, it seems like most of these people are already sold on what they are going to vote on. It's hard to believe that public comment will move the needle. I hope it will, though. Mr. Clendenin came on this show and said it's the most important thing. And I believe him when he says that.
I do. I think, and having gone with you, to the other city council meeting, just a week or a week and a half ago, whenever it was, I felt it. I felt the aura of them listening and them being those 7, officials, that especially with 3 or 4 or 5 of the people that went up there, beyond the very eloquent Ken Babby and yourself, because you hit a
I was far from eloquent.
You hit a home run, bro. The passion and the expertise of what you were saying, that's the keys to this. It's not just the passion, but you got to have the viable points as to why this makes sense. There were so many people that that were saying that, and then there were the people that are just about passion, right?
Yeah.
And that, I think that matters. I have to agree with Clendenin that I think it matters.
Well, he would know,
and it should matter.
It should matter.
Representing
Absolutely
the constituents. These are the people.
For every person that takes the time to come down there and, as I told them, postpone my very popular show, there's another 2,000 to 3,000, maybe more.
Just ran into one this morning.
Right, exactly.
Just getting a coffee, and the guy recognized me, and he's going, listen, I hope this passes. This would be huge for our community in the long run. I know he even said, he's like, these are, I don't think we realize how schooled some of the people that, are here that love the Rays. They're not just, I love the Rays because I just want them to win. No, they see the growth and how do we get bigger and better and better, as a city and as a county and as a region, which is Tampa Bay. This guy was like, hey, I know it's a lot of money, but the returns seem like they're going to be, huge. And he's got a 15-year-old boy. This is like the perfect parent of a teenager who loves baseball and loves sports that sees the potential of what coming to Tampa would be.
History tends to repeat itself. And I heard all these same arguments in Atlanta. And the Braves were smart, and Cobb County was smart. They did everything behind the scenes.
Correct.
And they said, we'll take the heat when it's over. And it was a lot of heat when it was over. But they knew in the long run it was going to be fantastic. Yeah. And they made their projections. Their projections were so far off.
On the good side.
So far off. Like not even close. Right. It's going to end up being double or triple what they originally thought it was going to be. Double or triple. So if that happens, if history repeats itself and the template is very much the same, it won't be a $55 billion impact.
Yeah.
It'll be $160 billion impact. It won't be $3 billion coming back to the taxpayers. It'll be $12 billion coming back to the taxpayer, which, by the way, is what happened at Water Street.
Yeah.
What happened at Water Street.
Right.
We don't even have to go to Atlanta. The public-private partnership in Water Street. We're blowing the projections out of the fucking water.
Literally.
To the positive.
Yeah.
But there's still people that I don't believe that. Right. That we'll never get anything back. Well, okay, what is that based on? Well, we just never do. Okay, what is that based on? Well, what?
And I want you to
there's never any facts. There's never any facts. It's always just, well, our grandchildren will be paying for it. People can't afford houses, JP.
That one. I want you to touch on that.
Well, guess what? They still won't be able to afford houses if they say no. They're not going to cut you a check to build you a house.
They're not cutting you a check to pay for your gas right now.
It's the dumbest shit ever.
Right.
But you can't even afford gas right now. What do you think? You're going to stop at the gas station and Clendenin's going to come fill up your car? Right. Hey, here's the money we saved on the Rays deal, and it's going into your tank. Whoa! No. Hey, Lynn Hertag, come fill me up. That's not the way it works.
This isn't federal SBA, COVID money. This is not what this is. That's not coming back to you. It's got to be appropriated and appropriated wisely.
Danny Boy says, something tells me we're going to get Carlson as a yes vote. If he wants to be mayor.
Bro, that's the one that I've been thinking.
How can you want to be mayor and you won't even vote for a non-binding to keep the conversation going?
When you knowingly in front of you have the current extremely popular exiting mayor saying, do the right thing, and Mayor Jane, and then you have your opponent who's been pro, and Bob Buckhorn.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna go on the flip side to just be contradictory. This is not a smart game.
You want to be on the bad side of an 80-20 issue?
Yeah, of an 80-20
Well,
issue.
we see it all the time in politics.
True. But it also slaps you in the face.
Yeah, that you may want to depend on the fact that the letter next to your name will just automatically get you elected, but it ain't going to work that way this time.
Yeah.
That's not the way it's going to work. All right, one more break, my friend. Let's do that. We're We're hopefully going to have a vote when we come back.
Oh, that would be super sweet.
How's that for a tease? We're hopefully going to have the most important vote note in the history of Tampa Bay City Councils. How's that for a tease? Does that work?
That is a super tease.
It can happen, but we could get a vote. So you might, and then you'll get our instant reaction to it. So that's even cooler. Hey, big thanks to all of our great sponsors. You see them there. Pitch Roofing. Great folks over there. Get a free estimate. Get the JP Peterson discount. Great folks over there in the community. Pitchroofing.com. Italiano Insurance. The Golden Diamond Source. You know you love them folk over to Kingmakers Tampa. Third generation plumbing. Cafe Paradiso. Genesis of Tampa. Back in 3.
JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000. And all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on here. It is a momentous day here. History is being made. The city right now is getting ready to vote on this. There seems to be some conversation about some technicalities concerning the CRA, and I'm obviously not listening to all of it, so I don't have the exact details, but there seems to be some type of technical, which by the way, if there is, the last thing you want to do is shut it down.
Right.
And say, well, let's just forget it then. Not with something this important. You better have the best reason in the history of the world if you're not going to vote for a non-binding MOU. I mean, there has to be something so on point.
Yeah. Non-binding being the key.
That and you need to tell me what it is.
Yeah, right.
Like it's got to be something like I don't know.
It's threatening somehow.
Yeah, it's like some imminent threat to the existential life of the city of Tampa. Yeah, I mean, seriously, to say we're not even going to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, no, that it would.
So
affect
if there's some issue with the CRA in some technicality in the vote today, then you just say we approve it.
It sounded like
because you can kill it later on.
And that little bit that we were hearing Carlson talk was more about a little bit unpreparedness pertaining to the CRA semantics and specifics.
And you got to understand, this deal is so big, and so cumbersome.
Yeah.
And yes, we're trying to get it done
many different
in
aspects.
a faster time, which is not necessarily bad. A sense of urgency. You leave government an open-ended timeline to get something done, and trust me, it'll never freaking get done. So there has to be some urgency too. There's urgency to Major League Baseball. They're not going to sit around any longer because they don't have to. They can go to any one of 10 markets and get this thing freaking done overnight. And they're done with the bullshit going on here. I told them straight out, once we move on to this new ownership group, they've got the political capital to get this done. And I hope I wasn't wrong.
Well,
I hope I wasn't wrong because
I go to Rob Manfred again.
Charlie Miranda, Lynn Hertek, and whoever else is going to vote against this.
You go to Rob Manfred again in that he basically hand-selected this group. So he hand-selected this group in order to close a deal.
Yeah.
Now, the A part meaning Tampa Bay, should be the one. He mentioned it in that text that he wrote to that Babby mentioned. A deal, but doesn't have to 100% be Tampa Bay deal.
Yeah.
But a deal is going to be getting done because Rob Manfred is going to be retiring from commissioner of baseball in 29. Maybe there's a speculation that he might extend it, but he wants to retire once, both stadiums are already underway, almost done. One will be done in 28, possibly one ushering in his last year in 29, which would be this one. So then he can usher in what he wants to leave as his legacy, which is expansion. So a deal is going to get done for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yep.
Let's be it here. Let it be here.
Yeah. There's urgency. We don't have all the time in the world. They'll go somewhere else, and that's for damn sure. All right. Let me just see what. Let's go. This is Nia Young.
I like her.
Truly affordable and attainable housing,
clear definitions of those AMI levels and housing for students and constituents 80% and below. Housing that allows people to genuinely live, work, and play in the community. Quality jobs, equitable and sustainable employment opportunities that provide a living wage for residents and our youth and returning citizens. Equitable investment.
All right. So she's saying what she wants to see in the further discussions. Because we believe she is a yes.
How this deal would play out.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So we'll try to monitor. I think each council person is going to say something and then they're going to vote. Yeah. They're going to vote. So stay with us here for that.
5 minutes.
Other comments. Rick says convention center being used by CENTCOM for military convention. Okay. That's why they didn't do this at the convention. Thank you for that. But I think there's other larger rooms we could have found in Tampa. Doesn't have to just be the convention center. There's a few large rooms we could have put people in besides that one. Let me see what else we got here. This is from Christopher Moore. Said, wow, that person, my brother and I took our whole family 20 plus to a game and sat in the 300 section. They're talking about affordability. So they said she's priced out of the Rays games. And somebody said there's a $10 ticket. She's like, oh, is there?
There's $10 tickets. There's $49 all-inclusive tickets.
Cheaper than going to a movie.
It's one of the most inexpensive games that you can go to in all of Major League Baseball.
James,
the most.
Yeah, James says, why are some people talking about lawsuit if the deal gets done? Because that's what they do.
Yeah.
There's always big deals like this. There's always going to be people lawsuits. That's why they asked the county attorney. They said, are we exposed here if we use the CIT money? He said, no, you're not. You're fine. The ballot language is clear. It's for public facilities and infrastructure, and this is a public facility, and most of this money is going to be used on infrastructure. You're on good legal ground. So anybody talking about the CIT is not available in this, is lying to you or ignorant. Alejandro says, we are here. Wostall complained that the disrespectful little bitch, and may God have mercy on his soul. Yeah. I mean, I don't like to call anybody bitches, but if the shoe fits. Steven Soper says, JP, what happens if we don't get the votes we need? Where we go from here? That's a great question.
That is a solid question.
I think, frankly, listening from what Rob Manfred said, they may lose the appetite for Tampa Bay unless the Rays find some way to bypass the city and find this money other places. I mean, we're really only talking about $80 million here, but I think if they don't get this memo of understanding, that could put the state funding
right.
At the $150 million we're getting from the state to rebuild our college.
Yeah,
that's not our money unless it's your state taxes, which we don't have a state tax, but gas tax and other taxes go to state. 150, a brand new campus.
Not getting it is, again, if you want to go in baseball terms, it's like having a 26-man roster and 3 or 4 of your players just don't buy into your system, but they're in your roster, and you got to play with them.
Yeah,
but if everybody's on the same format and the same and sharing in their own levels, then you're a team. Then this becomes a team, public-private endeavor, and that's what the Rays are wanting. They're already committing. $80 million is not chicken feed, but it's also not going to stop them from doing the deal, obviously, if you look at it that way. But it could also be like, really? This is how you're going to play with us? Is this how it's going to be throughout everything, as we move forward and we do commit the $80 million, let's say, hypothetically, and then there's going to be other barriers? We might kind of peak elsewhere then.
Yeah.
We might peak elsewhere. Listen, the moment they peak elsewhere, heaven forbid that they don't peak elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because that peak, whoever on the other side of that peak is,
they're getting done.
They're going to go market. They're going to tear it completely open and go, we've got so much for you. Come over here. Let us entertain you and let us court you. That's the scary part.
Kurt Thorson, it's a great point. It's a great point. It brings up this interesting point. It says, Carlson is running for mayor. He doesn't like the current mayor. Current mayor is for it. I don't think so for Carlson. Well, maybe this is their play. They're going to be, because Buckhorn, who's the leader and all the polling, is for it. And maybe that's why he's leading the polling. But these other guys are saying the only chance they have is to go anti-stadium and play that card. I'm going to protect your tax dollars. No, you're just
being small-minded. So maybe that's their political. So they're going to give a no and let the Rays go for their political expedience.
It's a slippery slope.
That's if that's the case, shame on you.
Yeah, that's
shame on you.
That's not a smart play.
Yeah, Danny Boy says he thinks Carlson's a no. So maybe up to Guido. Lonnie Wilkins says, look at the absolute boom the Tampa Bay area has had during the pandemic era with the Buccaneers and Lightning. Imagine having that complex available then. Yep.
It's a great point, buddy. But, we've been saying that, and anybody that has any common sense can see the growth.
Yeah.
From this, the returns from this, the legacy potential of this.
Yeah.
It's a scary moment. It's a delicate moment, which
my gut feeling says if this fails for $80 million, they're going to find a way around it.
That's what I was going to just go.
But
into.
that's
But it's just like you're not.
It may be enough.
It is. They'll find it, but do you have team members? Is this like the community that you want to? These guys are representing, unfortunately, that are saying no. Is this who you want to get in bed with? I hope that their goal is they being the Rays as the investors and the stewards of the Rays, are so adamant of wanting to be in Tampa that if this goes south, that they would overlook that and go, listen, just get off our team. We're going to go and nail this down, and we'll show you how this is going to be great. But it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth if you don't have a team. If you're not 26 men strong in your roster,
right?
Of doing this.
Great together. Analogy.
Yeah.
Jeff Stutler says JP loved your speech today in front of the county, or that was the city, and watched our fans supporting this team speak with passion as you did as well. Proud to be a Peterman. Big O, love you too, brother. So proud of my guys that were up there today. You guys are fantastic. It's just everybody that was for this they were grassroots people speaking with passion, speaking from the heart, and the others were just not so, in my opinion. Not denigrating them, but
it's interesting. Well, go to the next one. Then I have a
Lottie
thought.
says if the rules were reversed and it was the Buccaneers with the Lightning threatening to leave Tampa Bay, how much you want to bet a lot of people's opinions would change? I don't think so. I don't think it's a Rays thing.
No, I don't
think people are anti-Rays
at all.
No, I think they're very pro. I think
there's more Rays fans than people realize in this
Well,
town.
who draws more, the Lightning, the Bucks, or the Rays?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you got 81.
I know, but still.
But it's not just that. Having been in that.
Well, the answer is the Rays by far.
But having been in there for 12 years of one of the entities amongst several that put out the production, right? The broadcast and telling you the stories. I always joke and say, these are the Rays of your lives for 12 seasons, and being out in the community and doing things and charity work. The love of baseball, number one, in Tampa Bay is immense, right? And then the love of the Rays has just grown and grown and grown with their production value, right? Since 2008 and onward. Because they've been winning games, at a pace of the Yankees and the Dodgers. The statistics are there. So I beg the difference. Those two combinations of love of baseball in this region for 100 years, and then the love of is Charlie talking?
Charlie's talking.
I want to hear it.
The public contribution amount shall not exceed the public cap. It is intended that the parties of the public contribution amount will not be decreased. Period. So that means if you don't have the money, you still got to pay for it. That's us, the city. That's you, the taxpayer. So then I'm looking back, and you look at it. It says $360 million in community investment tax (CIT), which should have never been used in anything because it wasn't passed for that.
That's wrong, Charlie. He's wrong. The county attorneys. I mean, I don't even want to hear him talk.
Oh, because he was talking about that you're not supposed to be using it for this. Yeah. Frustrating.
And what is the community investment tax? It's a 0.5 cent on the sales tax. All right. Which is, of course, if you live here, you pay that, but so does everybody who visits here.
Correct.
So it's not even all our money.
Right.
A good chunk of it comes from outside. And don't forget, if you are a person that is of lesser income, you spend less money.
Right.
So when someone goes and buys a $150,000 car, obviously it ain't me, but the rich people that you so discussed, that a lot of that they're paying a hell of a lot more in CIT than you are.
Right.
So if you're a ham and egger like me, you're not going to pay that much in CIT. And of that 7 cents, a half a cent is going to
right. And
exponentially, we're spending our money
when they build this and the whole district. There's how much tax is going to be coming back. How big is the CIT going to grow from this?
Well, if there's 10 million people coming in a year, let's say 8 million. Let's say 8 million people coming.
Right.
And again, where do I get this number? Well, 9 million people visited the Battery last year.
Right.
By the way, the receipts in the Battery are up 40% this year, Q1. All right. Again, projections blowing out. So, and I think Charlie's now talking about some of these, technical things about public money that's being spent that maybe we haven't crossed that T or dotted that I. That's why you say yes to the continuing the conversation to get that part right.
Right.
It's not a reason to say no now.
Yeah.
I don't understand this agenda. It's baffling. That's why Palermo was so indignant, because it's a non-binding MOU. I mean, the only way this is going to pass is if you pass those agreements.
Right.
You still have to vote on the hard agreements. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see what they're saying now. Let's check back in because I think we're headed to it.
35 years plus 5 years extension.
All right. So Charlie's going to continue to nitpick a lot of the stuff here. I'm not,
Yeah, no.
I don't think that's going to do anything for us here.
Yeah.
Thomas Casper says Miranda incoherent and blabbering. Jeff Stutler says JP also loved you pointing out Neander sitting behind you before you spoke. I thought I saw him sitting there in camera view. Yeah. How about your GM of the number one team in baseball? He put together this team, and instead of being in New York today, lapping up all the media, the national media, telling him how awesome he is, which is where he could be today, making the rounds at the Times and the Athletic and all these people and everybody patting him on the back. He could be there staying in the Waldorf Astoria and all. He's here at your city commission listening to Pooh Shiesty.
Because it's that important.
Listening to Pooh Shiesty.
And
he was there from 8:30 this morning, maybe earlier.
Right.
He was there when I got there.
And I guarantee you that a good portion of that organization right now, the Rays and the team and the coaches, are paying attention to this from New York on their off day.
Yes, they are.
And because
they're watching the show.
And hopefully
1,700 people are watching.
Hopefully
just
they
on
are
the YouTube.
watching it in order to get some
like and
info.
subscribe, so we can keep doing this. Like and subscribe. Don't forget.
Amen.
Share the feed. Share the feed,
man.
Yes.
This has been a phenomenal show.
Go see our great sponsors.
And they're sitting there going like, "This is the ones that really get it. This is monumental."
The Rays and everything.
This is
they're
Guido.
a wonderful organization. The best part of the Rays are the fans. We will just agree on that. This MOU is historical. I've been here. I'm born and raised here, and I've seen Tampa change. I remember the old Tampa Stadium as a kid or a teenager reading the discussion on the original CIT going for Raymond James and the whole discussion of the Rays, the Bucks leaving or the Bucks staying and all that debacle. So 30 years later, here we are again.
That's right.
In
and you're going to vote to let the Rays leave.
CIT came up for renewal.
And you'd like the Bucks to leave. Stop talking about the CIT.
And I was one of the supporters of it, telling people, just renew it. It's business as usual. Your taxes aren't going to go up. The percentage is going to stay the same.
Come on, Guido.
And that's where we are. Looking at this MOU,
Come on, Guido.
The one piece of heartburn that I get from it is the $80 million in CIT financing or CIT contribution by the city.
It's going to
Tampa
infrastructure.
shall not exceed $80 million of CIT.
although this is a non-binding MOU, and everybody says non-binding, we can walk away at any time. If we approve this, it's like giving somebody an engagement ring. You give somebody an engagement ring, you plan on marrying that person. You made some kind of reference to something
but you can
you're
always
dating
back
right
out.
now. When you give an engagement ring, you're committed. When I proposed to my wife, I was committed.
She wasn't
and
as
I'm
committed.
married now. So
JP, let
my
Guido
biggest
talk.
thing is, why do we need to contribute the $80 million in CIT? Yes, it goes to, not to the stadium, not a ballpark, the infrastructure. But it's a county facility. Yes, we are the county seat. Tampa is central.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
That's what bothers me.
It's in the city limits.
When it was proposed to the people for renewal, we were very specific in saying, it's not going to go to a stadium. No. And then they changed it to public facility. And then they had to get a legal opinion of what public facility could be.
Yeah.
To me, public facility is the Riverwalk or one of our community centers. But this is
He's a
stadium
no.
that you have to pay to get.
He's a
into.
no.
You can't walk into Raymond James and have
This
a
is
picnic on the
done.
field or sit in the stands and take photos.
I can't believe this.
The CIT, what concerns
Because
me
of the
is
CIT.
why it's just $80
We can get
million
it done without your
in a
$80
scheme of
million.
$2.3 billion.
We can get it done
They're
without
talking
your $80
about
million.
property tax reform. They're talking about the sales tax not being collected.
The
on
city's still
commercial,
going to get a ton of
leases. We've taken a hit on that. We don't know what kind of
payback.
hit we're going to take on the property tax reform. Is it going to be another homestead exemption? Is it going to be an exemption for seniors that are homesteaded? I don't know. But whatever it is, should it pass and should it come down to us, we are going to lose money. And when we have budget discussions up here and we talk about, well, we need to move money around and we need 100,000 here. Well, where are you going to get the money from? Or 50,000, where are you going to get the money from? On small amounts and small increments. That's why I go back to why the CIT is so precious and why I told people it's business as usual should you go to renew this, because it's a lifeline.
Well, something has
The CIT
changed.
is so broad. that
Can
it
you
goes
not
to
move with the
public
times? Can
safety.
you not?
You can build a fire station. You can buy police cars. You can pave roads.
It's
So
not
in
even
my
a
time in
promise
city
broken,
council,
but
the
even if it
complaints
was,
or the
look at the
requests that I get of
opportunity.
Constituents are, when are we going to get our roads paved? When am I going to get a sidewalk? You know, hey, we need more of a police.
Yeah, invest. You'll make more
We
money,
need more of a fire presence.
so you can finally do
Whatever
it.
is, those are the complaints I get. Or
It's not getting
even
done.
as simple as, can I get a speed bump on my street? And my response for years was, we don't have the money for it. We don't have the money for a speed bump.
But then you will.
It's 80 million, very precious and very important dollars. That's
If they say no, they better fix all the roads there.
That's what I'm saying. Where's the appropriation?
Tomorrow.
Where's the appropriation?
No, they'll just
Why
waste it
can't
on
this
something else.
agreement
That's
be
the
amended
truth
or
of
a
it.
commitment saying, you know what, we'll leave the CIT. We'll go to the state for more money. We'll put in more private dollars. When we had our workshop, Mr. Babby, who is wonderful, said the stadium is going to the ballpark's going to be $2.3 billion. The raise will cover the overage. If it's 2.6 billion, I believe was the number, the raise will cover the overage. What is $80 million? Because at the end of the day, I need to face
Well,
my
I think
constituents
that's what
and the
they have to do
taxpayers
now
when
is
they
to say,
go, Guido,
okay, we'll find it somewhere
I've
else.
been waiting years
It's
to get
sounding
my road
that
paved.
way.
I've been
Yeah.
waiting years for this.
I'm not going to end this
Well, you're gonna
deal
have
on
to wait
over
a little
year,
bit
No.
longer,
80
because they're
billion.
gonna
Yeah,
ask me.
80 million.
But you weren't hesitant in giving $80 million
But
paid over
you know
4
what?
years,
You're
$20 million.
You're going to say no today.
You're not on the
and
team.
You're going to
Yes.
commit
Will it
political
bring benefits?
suicide,
You're not
and in
on
the
the
end, it's
team.
going to get done anyway.
Right. And you're not
Why can't it be
on the team.
reimbursable
Good luck with
over
your
a
political
period of
career.
time?
That's what I mean.
Anything. I mean, and that's it. Thank you.
Councilwoman Hurtak.
Yeah, they let those guys go over. I couldn't go over.
It seemed no. They give.
I had a lot more
They
analogies.
give him 5 minutes.
This is the MOU or the memorandum that was sent out on June 4th, 2024. Investment tax renewal. At the bottom, it clearly says the funds projected or proposed for Raymond James Stadium and Amalie Arena at the time may only be spent on capital maintenance and repair and not on new structures or facilities. Very clear. Next. So, nope, I don't want that one. So I did the work for y'all. I got the list of the projected projects. It's right here. Guess what we're supposed to do this year? Yellow Jackets improvements, Burrell Park renovation, Gadsden Park improvements, a new MacDill Air Force access improvements on Inner Bay. These are the brand new things. And then we have the usual stuff, police and fire boats. And then so you go down at the very bottom, yesterday from the CFO. I got the projected CIT revenue. I have copies for all y'all. 35 million next year. 20 million for the raise gives us 15 million. And since there's $28,800,000 worth of projects, we're going to have to defer all that. All that stuff we promised. Ms. Scharf, if you could put the picture on. We have fought to get the Yellow Jackets what we didn't get them in the West Tampa project. We fought for this. So what you're telling them is we're going to have to choose between police and fire and them.
See,
that's wrong.
I mean, she's knowing the numbers, and I'm not right there. But what I've been told is that money, that all the projects that were planned will go forward. That's in the county.
Yeah,
that's what Hagan said in the county. That money that goes to the raise is some of it is overage money from the CIT, by the way, because they projected 3%, and it's going to be 4% now. The property tax, business property tax thing could take some of the money off, but they can still go through with those projects, as far as I understand it. I mean, she kind of laid it out there like they wouldn't be able to, and I get that. I totally get that. But when an opportunity comes like this to you, I mean, there are ways to move money around. So when you start getting, it's going to take at least 3 years. Obviously, they have to open the stadium to start getting the money back.
Right.
They have to start getting the money back. Is there ways to move some of that money around where you can borrow? I mean, they bond stuff out all the time. There's certain ways to move it around to make that stuff happen. I've been told that can be done if you know that you're going to get that other money in return. So it's like everybody else. We put stuff on our credit cards because we know we're going to have the money later on, and we're going to get more money back, and we need that stuff for our business. We do it all the time in our business. We have to, put something on a credit card that we need, so it'll allow us to get more money in the future. It's just investing in your business, and that's what this is. When you get down to some of the minutia like that, there are ways to attack that. So what you do is you say yes to the non-binding MOU, and then you figure that part out.
You break it down.
What you don't do is stop the conversation.
Right. Let me ask you this question. So hypothetically, it gets a no vote, 4-3 no. The Rays go out and there's two avenues here with a no vote here. The Rays go out and they get they get the $80 million, and they say we want to stay in Tampa Bay. This has been our thing. We got the county committed. Thankfully,
they're not going to kill this deal for $80 million. That's just not happening.
Yeah,
I mean, MLB will write a check for that.
Yeah, exactly. MLB could write.
They're not going to let $5 billion.
You're 100%. Right. MLB would write the check for that. Yeah. Right. But the other route would be we're going to look elsewhere. But I'm pretty much thinking, where does the city council and the area, do they still benefit at the level they would that if they committed the $80 million, or are they trying to gamble without putting any money out there?
Well, the $100 million is part of their hotel tax. That's going to come.
That's coming. So they're going to.
Nobody has a problem with that. It's the CIT money.
I know it's the CIT money. Yeah. So I'm saying if they don't put it in, are they kind of playing coy here and saying these guys are going to end up doing it? So why we're going to use our money?
Of course.
Because they're still going to benefit from.
They're going to get every benefit that they're offered now. Yeah, it's
that's what this is.
It's not. It's kind of not being a team player.
That's what I've been saying. They're not being a team player, and it kind of sucks.
Just like you said.
Yeah, and they just don't want to. They want their cards dealt in a blackjack deal, but they don't want to put the ante up and go. Yeah, we still want to bet. We still want to benefit from playing the game.
Yep. Jeff is right. Like, please show these people the Atlanta and Cobb County situation. I mean, they should know about it. They know about it. They're just
not being team players. Who's what's going to happen? I think if it goes no, it's going to get pushed. You've always made a very strong comment about MLB will just step in and go. Boom.
Yeah, they're not going to lose this deal.
They're not going to lose this deal.
You see a sea of grass-ridden parking lots, and then you go further north, you see abandoned buildings and businesses that once thrived that are no longer thriving. Any of you that are brave enough to venture into Drew Park, you see some very interesting types of businesses mixed into that group of adult type of establishments, which is
script clubs,
not family oriented and whatnot. So, what about the CIT? Why doesn't Drew Park deserve infrastructure? Why doesn't this Drew Park deserve an investment from the city of Tampa?
It's not even going to new buildings, and Lynn Hertach knows that.
Right.
It's meant for infrastructure, and that's where it's going.
Downtown.
That's what I'm
Channel
talking
Side,
about.
Ybor City, East Tampa, any of our other CRAs. So I'm kind of, and I know it's not heavily populated, but there are citizens and people that live there. There's business owners that live up there that deserve better than what they're currently getting from the city of Tampa. And as we heard from a member in public comment today, this is precisely the type of construction project that brings that to this area that has long been neglected.
Exactly.
And I mean, I think if we were talking about dropping,
Lynn Hertach is fighting for the Yellow Jackets, which is great. But
how many times
there's a much bigger group being served here with this
Let's
investment.
bring jobs to our youth. Let's create job generation. Let's give people opportunity. This is exactly what this is doing. It is job creation. It's providing opportunities for people. If we're not a catalyst for this type of industry, we just flatline. We're never going to get any better than we are today.
That's an impactful sentence.
And that's just a fact. Density equals opportunity. One thing I'll tell you that I don't care for urban sprawl. We have the expansion of urban service area into the county time and time again. We're losing agricultural land. We're losing environmentally sensitive land. We have to be able to create density to be able to salvage these lands. Our critical water supply, reducing the amount of car time people are in cars. That's why we have to find places in the city. Well, South Tampa's full. We're not building density there, right? So we have to find places in the city where we can build density.
This is a man speaking of vision, not talking of speed bumps. You got guys talking about speed bumps and sidewalks, which are needed. But we're never going to get to the.
It's not just the 120 acres. This type of project is going to percolate into that Drew Park CRA. I mean, it's ripe for this happening, and we can have a thriving community in Drew Park, which doesn't now exist. This is city building at its finest example. And it is the right project in the right place. We know how to move people in and out. You heard from the airport director, his goal, which I share, and I know my members of council up here share, about facilitating transportation.
That's right.
We build this
brings light rail.
Create a sports stadium district. We're not just talking about the handful of games that Raymond James Stadium operates with, even the most successful stadium in the world. It sits mostly as a big empty concrete structure most of the year. You tie that with spring training in the Giant Steinbrenner Field. You tie it with the amount of activation of what the proposal, how many baseball games there are a year, concerts, this inside venue. You're talking about a year-long activation in one area.
365, 24/7.
Transportation. It's going to support year-round jobs. It's going to support a community, and it is going to be a focal point that people will look back and say, damn, what did we do here? This is a fantastic project. It is going to be a world-class facility. It's going to be a world-class destination. We are going to use some CIT money, by the way, to improve Raymond James Stadium. And that is what's intended right from the beginning. So saying that CIT was not for stadiums, that is absolutely incorrect.
Amen.
Totally incorrect.
Wow.
It built Raymond James Stadium.
Infrastructure and improvements and maintenance on those facilities.
He's slamming them right now.
And
It's the
benchmark.
city's intention to use the CIT for new construction maintenance, but we're going to use it for infrastructure. They deserve Drew Park sidewalks. They do bike lanes, all the things that come with this, good water supply, good sewage. And
This is Alan Clendon, and he is the city chair.
Okay,
Yeah.
round 3. Who wants to start?
Round 3.
Councilman Miranda.
I'm just going to talk about Drew Park also.
All right.
Yeah. No, stop there. Because our boy Charlie's going to go, that's my district and Drew Park. And you know what? It's been mismanaged for decades.
A couple other, I think round 3. How many more rounds are they going to go?
I don't know, but I'm just stuck on that 80 million and it being something that if it is 4 that are for the no, they're opting to not be team players and just say, well, they're going to not lose the deal for 80 million. They're not going to leave town for 80 million. They're going to do the deal. So
It's a
why
dangerous
don't we
game
hold
you're
it?
playing.
It's a dangerous game because of the
For a
potential
non-binding MOU.
for a potential peak elsewhere, right? That's one.
Yeah.
But it's also a dangerous game for them politically.
It's terribly dangerous. Yeah.
Politically, because
simple narratives win elections and lose elections. Political people will tell you that all the time. Simple narratives, something that people can really understand, sink their teeth into.
Right.
You lost the raise. Nobody wants to hear it's because the CID money and I thought it was for this, but it really wasn't for that. And then we had a pothole and a bump in the street and a sidewalk, and we had to. You lost the raise. And nobody wants to hear it.
Yeah.
Nobody else wants to hear it. You voted against the raise and they left for Orlando. That's what happened. Next. You're done. You're done. I mean,
period.
Yeah. Nobody's going to say, that's right. I remember you talking about when you brought up the 2022 battery, Miss Hertag, and there's 6 more. It's 2026 now, and it's since gone positive, and all the numbers are blowing through projections. You didn't mention any of that. Why didn't you mention that? It's very disingenuous. Why are you cherry picking statistics from 4 years ago?
Right.
When it wasn't it's a 30-year project. And it went net positive way before. Why are you cherry picking? Because they have an agenda. That's why. That's why they're not being forthright. I mean, it's just time and time again. Nobody's going to remember any of that. They're just going to remember you lost the raise. You want to be the mayor? I want to take this one just because I can. Anthony Scott Calloway is not for this. He says these new fucking billionaire owners need to fund the new stadium. They are the ones who reap the financial gains anyway. Don't make the taxpayers pay for it. Keep the Rays in Tampa or St. Pete, damn it. I just love this is the most base level idiocy ever. Okay? The billionaires are paying for it. They're paying 90% of the effing project. 90%. It's not just the stadium, moron. It's a project.
Right.
They're paying 90%. They're paying 60% of the stadium.
And 100% of the other.
And the overruns.
And the build out.
And as they so want to say, they get all the reap of the financial gains anyways. Not all of it.
No, buddy.
Not all of it. Look at Cobb County. Look at all these places that are putting tons of sales tax in their pockets, tons of real estate tax in their pockets, way more than they put in. So they're billionaires, they should pay for it, and we don't get anything back. You sound like a moron. Go read the MOU. Go read the community benefits. And more than that, go to Atlanta and open your freaking eyes and see what happened. So base level. All right, they're still going back and forth here. Are we going to stay with this? Where do you got to beat the traffic, or is it too late for that?
No, I don't give
I'm going to give it. Let's just give it where are we at right now? We're at 318.
Yeah, let's give it some time.
We'll give it to 330. Let's see if they get there. Welch God says, if it's a yes vote today, how do you change your vote? Because it's non-binding. Guido, yeah. I mean, it's we'll stick with it just a little bit more. Let's real quick. Let's talk about the Yankees series.
Yeah, Guido's deal was saying about the analogy of an engagement ring left me wanting. Because
nobody's ever backed out on.
You have to get married.
Nobody's ever
gave an engagement ring.
Nobody's ever.
Yeah. She's never given it back, and you've never taken it back.
That's never happened.
Yeah, it's never happened.
Maybe in your world, Guido, and thanks God for that. But in my world,
yeah, I mean that happens all the time.
Most people's worlds.
Yeah,
that's exactly what this is. It's an engagement. It's not a marriage.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
You can look.
There is a big effing difference
and slice it up.
Yeah. Why do you think there is an engagement?
But now
because because you want to what? Continue the conversation. Yeah. You want to pledge yourself, but we're going to continue the conversations. I want to say, hey, you're my girl. You're my girl, but we want to see how this goes for the next year or so.
It's
as we plan the wedding.
Borderline political suicide, bro.
Yeah.
It really is.
I mean, for what you're doing here.
Yeah. If you go that route, you're pretty much, you don't have a real argument towards not looking at this and looking under the hood. It's just, there's no argument.
Yeah.
If this was
Dale Bushman says, if it's a no, what happens? We had that question a lot. And I have two senses of this. Number one, I don't think they let this deal go for $80 million, which is basically the city's
MLB
portion
will
of the
probably
CID.
jump in and say, we'll help you out. We need this
But
to
it's
happen.
just a horrible look.
It's
And
a
MLB
horrible
may just say, we're done with you. According to Ken Babby, that's basically what Manfred said.
Two things. If they say no, two things. I see two things. One is they'll fund it, right? But it's a political suicide for those council members, and then or you have the peak, as I call it, where they will take a peek somewhere else.
Yeah,
and they literally will take a look. If there's a peak, man, we're in trouble because somebody will.
I'm going to tell you this:
offer the moon.
Yeah,
Orlando will offer the moon.
Yeah.
They'll take them directly to all their city council members.
You know what else?
And county members.
You got 80.
Go, we got you.
80% of the people speaking there today were pro-raise. So this body is just going to spit in the face of all those people.
Yeah.
And not even on a marriage vote. This is just an engagement vote.
That's the problem. This is non-binding.
If you want to sit up there and pontificate about what a horrible deal this is and it needs to be fixed, that's fine.
Excuse to say about the engagement.
Yeah, that's fine with me. But but what you can't do is say no and end the conversation.
Right.
I mean, that's like saying, I really like you, but if I have to decide now.
Yeah, if I have to marry you
right
can't,
now, that we got to do it right now.
Yeah.
That's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, right.
But that's the difference.
Yeah, that's the difference.
We're getting engaged.
Yeah, we're gonna, continue to grow. And the smart people get engaged and don't get married the next month. I mean, you spend time figuring the deal out.
As well as
this Carlson
CRA board. I mean, it's shocking that I thought I was the only one that wasn't approached. It turns out none of us were approached. It sounds like
he's stuck on the CRA.
We're still talking about the technicality. Then keep it alive. Then just vote yes and say we got to fix this part of it. But I'll vote to the non-binding. That's fine. But we got this stuff to do.
But the fact that we need the CIC should have, when we get the CRA, CIC should have weighed in. Talking about the economics of it, I studied economics at 3 different respected universities, and I don't believe in economic impact studies at all. I studied under some of the best economists in the world so that I could shoot holes in economic impact studies and whether.
Do you believe facts in
I don't believe them
in Cobb County?
And that's why they're teachers and not running businesses, by the way.
But what you have to look at is the opportunity.
Wow, that's a good point, buddy.
The county and city came together and spent $1 billion on something else. What would the impact of that be versus what this is?
Not this. Show me what you're going to spend $1 billion on to bring this
center is going to
Mr.
bring,
Economist. Well, he's a no.
Then there are kind of intangible values.
Where are you going to spend $1 billion that's going to give you a return like this?
If you're going to say no, then you better have. Then what's the answer? What are you spending it on?
That's my point throughout all of this. What is truly being appropriated?
I wish there was another alternative besides that.
What is the appropriation on this $80 million?
Well, let me go back to the money, the opportunity cost for the money. Also, think about just down the street, there's a development called Midtown, which is a multi-billion-dollar investment. There's one development in downtown that got $100 million from the last administration. This one would get subsidies. Midtown got zero. And there are other developments.
And they're not bringing 10 million people.
No, you can't compare. It's apples and oranges.
They're not bringing 81 baseball games
here. Are you thinking? God, these guys aren't logical. What's the comparison to Midtown?
They're not getting credit for all the things they've given.
Midtown's great. Right. We're right down the street from Midtown. We're basically in Midtown. This is wonderful. The growth is great that they did that. It's only going to be, blow them up more. But when you build this, Midtown's going to grow exponentially from this. There's going to be more people shopping over there, more people realizing that it's there. But Midtown can't compete with a team sport and a development around a stadium. What's the logic there?
I don't get it. All right, we'll do one more break and then we'll come back and see what this is. It ain't looking good, boys and girls. It ain't looking good.
We're down into the 8th inning, and we're down.
Well,
we're down 4-3.
We came back yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
We did come back yesterday.
Hey, Tampa Bay, it's time to get your AC unit ready for summer. And here at Third Generation Plumbing and Mechanical, we recommend getting ahead of the game, keeping your family cool before the hot summer months with one of our maintenance agreements in the hopes of avoiding the dreaded emergency service call. Our maintenance agreements include, we'll test the electrical components, check and tighten high and low voltage wire connections. We'll check the refrigerant for manufacturer's performance levels, test thermostats, calibrate if needed, clean the evaporator coil and condenser coil, and clear and treat the drain line and drain pans. Just call us at 813-961-8024 for the special rates, and a human will actually answer. 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you can trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted #3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Right. This is coming to a head here. Alan Clendenin just laid it out so perfectly. He just said, this is a non-binding agreement. If you say no, the conversation ends now. And what you're saying no to is we're putting in $80 million. And at the very least, just in the stadium, $2.3 billion will be spent within the city limits.
Within the city limits.
Because that $2.3 billion, you know what that is? Now, some of that money is construction, but it's going to construction companies,
sure,
that I hope are here.
Yeah.
That employ people that live here. Yeah. That's salaries, wages. Mm-hmm. Those people, they come to work, they go to Riveters. They spend that money at Riveters for wings and beer. They tip the waitress.
Yeah.
All this money is going to be spent within the city limits. $80 million we're talking about.
to get 2.3 billion in economic. That's a fact. We're going to build the stadium. It's going to cost this much money.
Right.
Like I think just in sales tax alone.
I don't understand it. Again, the only way I can look at
saying
this,
no to this.
The only way I can look at it is they're feeling those four are going like, the hell with them. They're going to find
it's
it
strictly
somewhere
political.
Else. Yeah,
it's strictly political.
But
they're
also
going to hang their political hats on this.
They're going to hang their political hats.
We protected you, the taxpayers, and kept it from the billionaires.
Right?
No, you didn't. You lost 12,000 jobs, permanent jobs. You lost 55 billion. And I don't believe in any of these economic studies. I'm an economist. You only believe the ones that you guys produce at the academic places.
Right.
Those are the only ones that are true. The ones that are used to actually fund things in the real world
that are factual,
where they loan you billions of dollars to do. You mean those economic studies? That those are the ones you don't believe, but you economics professors, those are the ones you got to believe.
And you have.
I'm going to side with the people that actually built something.
Yeah, and that are showing stats that are positive.
I can't wait to.
Yeah, but I
oppose
have
Mr. Carlson and Mrs. Hertak in their mayoral jokes of campaigns.
This is a political ploy, but also they're thinking, well, these guys are not going to go away. They're going to for $80 million.
Yeah.
So we just save it, and we just saved you $80 million. I'll tell you what, if that's the case, that money better be appropriated the following day.
Yep.
Go ahead and go do stuff because they mismanage funds dramatically. Yep. This would be structured directly. It's almost like sending money to these overseas things and charities, and you worry about the foundation. Are they using every single dollar of mine or just 25% of it? You know where this is going.
Yeah. All right. I don't know how much longer this is going to go on. I got to do a Pewter Report podcast at 4:00 with Scott Reynolds. So we're going to call this a day. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Record numbers, over 2,200 people watching right now.
And the comments. Too.
And the comments. You guys have been fantastic. We'll continue this discussion after the vote, after I do the Pewter Report deal. I'll be signing back on social media and doing videos to give you the latest on that and see where it goes from here. I'm going to talk to Ken Babby. I'm going to talk to Ken Hagan and talk to everybody to see what happens after this. Hopefully it's not dead, but we just don't know.
It'll be also interesting to hear the immediate comments. This is yay or nay from Rob Manfred on the heels of this. So obviously he'll be applauding it.
The story continues, my friend.
Yeah,
the story continues.
Tomorrow,
thank you, buddy, for showing up. I really appreciate you.
We'll talk some baseball if we can tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll talk pre-Yankee
We'll be
series.
back tomorrow, 10 to noon tomorrow, and a Big O show following. We'll see you then.
Go Rays.
Some bumper music.